Yeah, it's really obvious that it was a great effort. Really pleased for the players that they created an opportunity. We certainly don't bank 4 points, but you know, we get a home prelim, which is really advantageous. But you know, it was a powerful response in face of a great challenge by the team today, and we want to be an anywhere, anytime team, and this is a significant challenge, and they got it done today. So, but all it means, like, we had a double chance. If we had lost, we would have to regroup and go again. But we get a week to review sharply, prepare really well, and stay incredibly focused. I saw an incredibly dominant Hawthorn last night. Saw an incredibly focused Hawthorn post-game when you've been on the end of a losing grand final. So they know where they're headed. So for us, it's relatively new territory. So we've just spoken about staying focused, staying in the moment, not being distracted, and preparing really well. So that's what we're about, and it's standing us in good stead, and that's the aim for the future.
Ross, in midfield after quarter time, dominant around the stoppages and just really kept on backing away.
Yeah, we're really concerned early. We're in the change rooms. We've got plumbing, and what else we got going on? This is an unusual media room. It's a toilet. Oh, okay. Terrific. Hey? Nah, it doesn't matter. It is distracting. Is it a cistern? Come on, Patrick. That's okay. Where were we before we were interrupted by the cistern? Yeah. Yeah, look, they were really dominant first quarter. I thought we could have been further behind, so we come back late in the first quarter. Their clearance work was far superior to ours, but then the midfielders and the rucks got to work and started to halve it in there and gradually work their way to get some sort of ascendancy and give our forwards some opportunity.
How quickly did it become apparent you needed to move Ryan Crowley onto Steve Johnson?
Probably after his 11th possession and second goal. So I take the hit for that. We did talk about Johnson. They've got a lot of great players. Like, they're triple premiership players, midfielders. Kelly and Chapman and Johnson and Corey, and so they've done it all. So it's a bit about take your pick. Then you got Motlop and all those guys. So we just thought Stokes had been getting really on the outside and breaking the chain a lot. So we went that way. In hindsight, was the wrong call. And you know, to Ryan's credit, to then go to a great player with plenty of help from his teammates and do a pretty good job was important for the win today.
Ross, we saw a number of players go down off the ball. Was there a message before the game that you wanted your players to be physical at all times? Or was that...
Well, I'm not sure what you're alluding to. Are you talking about Dockers players or Geelong players?
Geelong players. We saw a few Geelong
Well, I
players
think you're out of line, because what I saw some Dockers players go down off the ball.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they were as well. But
Yeah.
did you have a message to your players in particular?
What do you think?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the coach.
Well, I just think it's a silly question. Okay. We play within the rules.
Zach Dawson's game, Ross would have known that. I think it's about 4 first months.
Yeah. What's your name?
Mine?
Yeah.
Shane.
Shane who?
McGuinness.
Okay, that's the best question you can come up with after 2 hours of footy. You're quite brilliant, Shane. Yeah, terrific.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, just go to Behind the Goals Vision and have a look. We'll see what comes out. Terrific, Shane. Yeah.
Dawson seems to be playing on the edge of it, Ross. How do you read
I think when you go on, they'll ticky-touch with free kicks, to be frank. You know, so... I thought his game was very good.
Did you make the mention of the fact you were playing down at Geelong to the players beforehand?
Well, I think it was pretty obvious we're playing at Geelong.
In relation to motivating the team that you're from.
Nah, that's all external motivation. It's all garbage, to be frank.
Just on Zach's game, as you said, he had a...
Zach Dawson.
Sorry, Zach Dawson. He was really good today. Stood up, and it was a bit of a mixed bag because he did a few little undisciplined things, but...
Well, as I said, I think I reviewed them on... Yeah. They were really marginal free kicks at best, some body work.
Yeah.
So, look, I just happen to be the coach of the team. Yeah. So I have behind the goals vision, I have broadcast vision that I replay. Now, I saw them. They're incredibly marginal free kicks, but that's okay they get paid. But to then focus on them is really disappointing in the context. Hang on, in the context of the effort we've delivered. That's why the disappointment. I'm still in a bit of shock at the garbage that was thrown up. So let me tell you, he still played very well.
He still did very well, though, didn't he?
Yeah, it's beyond belief that we can play 2 hours, put on a great performance, and you put up with that garbage.
Ross, how significant did you think resting half your team last week was in terms of today's result?
Well, it's hard to measure, except the analogy I used, I watched Hawthorn win last night and thought, gee, everyone espouses they've got a week off to freshen up for a prelim. So, in theory, it's the same model. So you would suggest you couldn't be doing it every week, but after 22 home and away rounds, it clearly would help.
Can you just talk us through a little bit further on the decision before the game to play and before you made this game?
I thought it was a strong, bold decision, and I thought he delivered really well.
Were you expecting to maybe play on Hawkins? Was that part of the plan?
No, we got strong information today that Hawkins was out, but you're always guessing. Yeah, look, once we picked him, the decision was made. We spoke about insurance and is it Alex and all that, but, you know, we just went, well, he's either right or he's not. So if it blows up in your face, you know, king or dunce. So today it was a really good result, but we need to assess and lick our wounds, and clearly there's some things to be looked at that's been alluded to. But, you know, we've got some sore boys that had plenty of wax, and there was plenty of on and off ball things that will probably be looked at, I would suggest. So to allude was one team. I can't let it go because it's incredibly disappointing. And I'm not sure what you're alluding to. So I think you've got to look at what you stand for as a journalist, to be frank. Shane?
Michael Barlow's game. Michael Barlow's game was fantastic, wasn't it? How did you see it?
Yeah, I thought he was a feature. Look, it's hard to individualise. I thought the whole midfield as a collective and our rucks were terrific. I thought all divisions stood up. And if you don't, they're a great team, you know, on their home deck. So it creates an opportunity. There was plenty of really good individual performances. I'm sure I'd love to pick up the paper tomorrow, and you guys have done, you know, what you do really well, which is assess footy and make judgment calls on performance, you know, and I'll enjoy reading them.
You kicked a lot of clearance goals today, but could you ever imagine that you'd have the ball on the wing and Stephen Hill run 5 bounces after a clearance?
Would I have imagined?
Stephen Hill would get the ball, hit straight into his arms on the wing at the end and run 5 bounces.
Yeah, well, so it's a game of inches. I've seen, you know, toe pokes go the other way in grand finals and balls hit the post. The harder you work, you know, sometimes all that's left over is a little bit of luck, and that was a slightly lucky bounce, you know.
How's Nick Stephen?
Yeah, he rolled his ankle. He was fine to come back on, but it was taking too long. A little bit of a jab, a bit of local, but it was late in the third, and Tommy was there, and we trust Tommy, so we just tapped him out and went with Tommy.
How well placed do you feel like you are to win the flag?
I'll tell you, we're one step closer than we were last week.
And just on the players out for your next game in 2 weeks' time, Johnson, you expect? Yeah.
To be fair, I have no idea. We'll get back to Perth, talk to our rehabbers, see how they're going. So once I get all that information, I can give you an update.
Aaron Sandland's influence after quarter time in particular, Ross?
Yeah, it was his best game for the year, really, wasn't it, I would think. I think he played very well in the Carlton game. I thought he was significant when he went forward as a real threat. They threw some challenges at Aaron on spread and that, but we're really confident we can handle that. And once I thought earlier probably got him and Zach a little bit, but a few things they're doing we certainly adjusted to, and it was needed to be adjusted to. And then they were able to play to their strengths rather than have their strengths taken off them by chasing around opposition ruckmen.
There's a couple of players perhaps with Lyon profiles, Ross, Lee, Spur, Sutcliffe, their games.
Yeah, as I said, I think, you know, all divisions, you know, I think, you know, I can see, you know, Lee's as hard as they come. Cam is a young player, stood up under fierce pressure. So, you know, if you talk about winning the ball, contest the ball, we were plus 11. So it's a good indicator you got your head over the ball. We had 70 tackles. So I reckon we put our head down and we won the clearances with a good margin. So when it was a contest, we were pretty good. We put our head over the ball and won the ball.
Do you think the team takes, I mean, obviously you'll take great belief, what value can you get out of a win like this?
Look, I don't think you can make it any more than it is. I think it builds belief. Confidence comes from... confidence is just a feeling, and clearly they feel good because they've had a win. So the confidence from the win is we know what we're doing will stand up. So therefore they get more belief, and but the only thing that matters is action. And for us, you know, the actions of review, preparation, opposition analysis, and when the ball's bounced in 2 weeks, getting into action, that's all we're about.
Ross, just a word for your 2,000 fans that travelled over, and I guess you haven't been here long, but so they've been through 19 years of not much success. Have you got an appreciation of the history of the club and what today means? Sort of given that?
Look, it's hard for me to keep looking backwards, but it's a club. It was a fledgling club that really, how long has it got? It was a fledgling club that was really the baby no one wanted, but the licence was good, and they were given little to set up and little resource, and through the backbone of Fremantle people and industry, a club was built, and then they've got a number of executives that... So they've done it the hard way. I didn't see 2 years of first-round draft picks given to them. You know, the licence fee was nice, but they've had to build a club from scratch and limited resources, and it's been a long, hard battle, and at times they've been the laughingstock of the competition, but, you know, the Geelong Addy said mocha doca, you know, so I think we do stand for a bit. We're a strong executive, strong board, and at the minute we're competing as a good football club, but we know that's fleeting. We really know that's fleeting. It's not about your next performance, really. So I'm happy for the fans to travel down. They were in loud voice, it was terrific. And at the end of the day, we're here to put on entertainment. I think it was a great show for everybody. Thank you.